Welcome to the Metropolitan Podcast. I am your host, Trevor Lahamadou, with the dinosaur T-Rex. And man, the Mets did it. They got the win. They got the sweep. Another clean city. That's what we're doing. We're cleaning out the cities of Washington, D.C. and Denver. So great job by the Mets. Great series. Great first game. Incredible vibes from the stadium and Citi Field. All right, and Rex, what do you got to say to the fans?
Be ready, Tampa Bay. Your city's going to be clean, too.
Okay, Mets fans got to be ready. We're going to be cleaning out that city as well. So, all right. Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to the Metropolitan Club. Let's go over our first game. Let's get right into it. An incredible game from game one. We end up winning 5-4. We're down most of the game. We're just staying in it. Griffin Canning gets on the mound. He ends up getting in some trouble early, getting too much of the plate there for Lowe's 2-run homer. Absolutely annihilated it. And Griffin Canning still let up some runs after that. Ended up getting 4 earned runs. But ended up staying in there, hanging around. That's all you have to ask for. And the Mets ended up coming through for him, trying to get that comeback. What did you see from Griffin Canning?
Wasn't the best start, but he got the job done.
Yeah. I think he hung around, right? You don't want it to get away from you, and you easily could have gotten away from him a couple times there in that game. And that's all you can ask for. When you have your really bad starts, if you could just hang around, I mean, you never know what the offense can do, and the offense came through for him.
Yeah.
Wasn't pretty, especially at first. Describe to me what you were feeling in the first few innings there.
I was nervous. I thought Canning, just his history, not pitching very well, but he ended up winning it out.
He ended up coming through, and I'm really happy he did. I mean, anyways, so Lowe gets that first inning. I guess it was a 2-run homer, and then C.J. Abrams doubles scoring a run there. We ended up they end up successfully challenging that he was safe, I believe, or that he was out, or no, they were challenging that the other runner that was running in, I can't remember who it was, they threw out. I think it was Jose Tena. They end up throwing him out at the plate, which is great play by Juan Soto against his former team. They say he can't play defense. I mean, he can throw, apparently, because he just showed it there. He's been working with the bullpen. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you? So, I mean, working with the bullpen, working on his arm, it's a strange way to do it, but it is one of the ways to be effective. I mean, sometimes you got to think outside the box, and that's what Juan Soto has been doing. Later on in the third, Soto ends up hitting a solo home run. Or, was it a solo home run? Hold on.
He had 2 RBIs and 2 hits. So
was it a solo home run?
I think it was. He drove in a
I
run
think it was.
with the double, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a solo
shot. Maybe I'm missing something then. Anyways, in the third inning, he did that, made the score 3-2. C.J. Abrams homers, and it kind of looks like the Nats have it from there. I didn't have too much hope watching it in the top of the fifth, but it seemed like we were just starting to get things together just from a feeling-wise. As we're going through the game, I was like, all right, we're hanging in there. It seemed like we were somewhat getting to them. Who was on the bump that night for the Nationals? Let's see.
Mackenzie Gore.
Mackenzie Gore looks so good. And I think he has the most strikeouts in the MLB right now by a lot. That guy's going to be a really, really good pitcher. Actually came to the Nats on the Juan Soto deal. So I'm sure he was happy to get that strikeout against them. But then when he let out that home run, I'm sure he was like, God, that's the guy I got traded for, and he hit a home run off me. So I think the Nats got the better end of that deal at the end of the day from the Padres, but did not work out for them this game.
He only played did he play 1 or 2 seasons in San Diego? It was a half a season.
I think it was 1.5.
Another season, right?
Yeah. I think it was 1.5 because I think it was during the season he got traded, and then he played a full season.
Then he got traded to the Yankees.
Yeah, traded to the Yankees, played a year with them, and then here he is now. Everyone thinks Juan Soto possibly is old. The guy's like 26, 27 years old, and he's played for 4 teams already. He's had a full career so far. I think he's had a runner-up in the MVP. He's had many All-Stars, won a World Series, and he's already played for 4 teams. It seems like that guy's had a full career, but really, he's just getting started.
The highest sports contract in history.
Yep. Well, maybe in history. I think Ronaldo and Messi and all those soccer players get paid
I don't
more
know.
than him, but still, I mean, best baseball contract, I think, in American sports, I think. But yeah. All right. So, anyways, we get to the eighth inning. Juan Soto gets a double on a sharp line drive to right field. Starling Marte ends up scoring. That was kind of an odd play. Robert Hassel goes in there for defense in right field, but Robert Hassel, I should say, came in there in right field and just completely misplays it. And I think the announcers said it best. I mean, once you're playing back, you have to move forward. And that's kind of what happened. He froze, was worried when it was going behind him. And if you know the center of the outfielder, if you get hit right at you, it's kind of hard to determine. I need to go up, I need to go back, and that's kind of what happened to him. So he got caught in between, and then it ended up paying off because he ends up making the mistake of trying to dive for the ball when he should have just gotten out in front of it. Nonetheless, Mets score. Mets get the game down to 4-3. And then next hitter, Pete Alonso, pretty quickly ends up getting that single, but should have been a double. It was just hit too hard, and he gets thrown out at second. But nonetheless, Juan Soto scores. We tie the game up, and that sets up for a possible win, which is huge against Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, I just want to say I take back everything I said about Jeff McNeil.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Well, I still take back everything I said.
Take back everything you said. Okay. Well, there you go. That's fine. So Mets end up going through the ninth innings, and they both don't score any runs. So we'll move it up to the top of the 10th. And that was interesting. I got to say, CJ Abrams is on second base. Reed Garrett comes in, and you're like, well, he had Diaz coming in the ninth. He completely shut it down. Good for him that he did his job. Reed Garrett comes in, 2, 3, 4 hitters up. CJ Abrams at second base, and just completely made the Nats look silly. I mean, he had his pitches working, man. And he was ready for the moment. I was so happy to see him, so happy that he did so well. He has the confidence about him. I'm really excited for Reed Garrett. I know 2 years ago, this guy was just a regular ball player. This guy's now possibly one of the best relievers in baseball.
Yeah, everything, like, when you get confidence on the mound, everything's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's
just comes
like,
easy.
Yeah.
It's like water. It's just flowing.
Yep. And if your pitches are working too, and you're confident, you're unhittable. I feel
exactly.
Like if you're
Nobody can hate Reed Garrett when he's at his best.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's as simple as that. And there you go, Mets. I mean, thank you. Anyways, next inning comes in, and everyone's like, well, McNeil bunt. There's a guy on second. Acuna's on second. He can run. And then McNeil, I think it was first pitch, bam, hits at the right field. Acuna scores, game over. And then it gets the Gatorade bath. Of course, Steve Gelbs has to have his Gatorade bath as well. I guess it's a thing now, as they mentioned. And the Mets win it. And it was a good game. It was a great game to watch. Probably one of the best games of all season. I was so ecstatic, but then we had to go to bed, and so it's tough to wind down once you win like that.
Yeah. Again, I love you, Jeff McNeil. I sincerely apologize for everything that I said, but you are the best second baseman ever.
Yep. Wow, that's incredible. He's Hall of Famer? Is that what you're thinking?
If he keeps hitting like this,
maybe we should. I don't know if we should praise him yet. I mean, what if he stops hitting?
Yeah, I have to talk bad about him still.
Yeah, Jeff McNeil got to be better than that. One walk-off hit in a series, not good enough. Do better, Jeff.
And you only had a 3-run home run in Game 3, so
that's it. I mean, what good is Jeff McNeil? I mean, that's the way we got to go. We got to make sure we're riding with the Mets, so we don't actually hate Jeff McNeil. Yes, we do. But nonetheless, Mets get the win. Next game, boring game, I will admit, but it was an awesome game from David Peterson. I think it was the 8th complete game of the MLB this whole season. He goes 9 innings, moves his ERA to 2.49, just is out there, just retiring hitters, nothing crazy. I don't think there was a point in the game where you were like, "Wow, David Peterson should come out." I think I think he had first and second in the seventh inning. But even then, I was like comfortable. It was just comfortable with David Peterson. And I don't think we could have always said that about David Peterson. We were talking about this guy being a possible fifth starter for the Mets when he first came up, but he's finally starting to come into his own. Like I said last time, with you get those big, strong, tall lefties, sometimes it takes some time to get going. Randy Johnson notably took until he was 30 to be a good pitcher. And when he was a good pitcher, no one hit Randy Johnson. I'm not saying David Peterson's Randy Johnson, but I am saying he could have quite of an MLB career that we didn't expect.
Yeah, the fourth lowest ERA in the NL? I think they showed today on the graphic. But that's the first complete game. I think it's complete game from a starter since 2019 with the Mets. And I
think Severino did it, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
maybe a complete game shutout, because I don't know if Severino had a shutout.
Might have been complete game shutout. It was either that or complete game. But
Okay.
no walks, no runs, obviously. 6 strikeouts. 6 hits. Nothing special.
Well, you don't need anything special as long as you're not letting up any runs. He was keeping hitters guessing, and he was pitching, okay? He's not just throwing anymore. I think him and McGill have learned a lot about how to pitch in these past few seasons. They've really, really grown up really fast right in front of our eyes, and it's been awesome to see.
Yeah. Do you think David Peterson is the best lefty in the NL?
No, he is not the best lefty in the NL. But he is
this season. You don't think he is?
No. I don't think you could say he's the best. Maybe you could put him in the top 10. But he's pitching great so far. So yes, David Peterson is good. Yes, David Peterson belongs in the rotation. If he keeps this up, maybe. It's unbelievable. He just came in there, acted like it was like a regular game, and then to see his happiness at the end of the game too was just, it made you emotional. Like it was contagious almost. You just felt very proud for him and his family and everybody watching, because he just had that natural smile coming out there. It was great. So give it up for David Peterson. Give a hand. I didn't mention this before. I want to mention it now, though. Jose Butto, what a game he had in game 1.
Yeah.
Shuts him out, stays in there for his innings. That's all you can ask for. So Jose Butto, thank you, because we need you. This is exactly what I was talking about last time. Jose Butto needs to be good just in case some of these starters end up coming out of the game early for whatever reason. We might need a long reliever. And I think Jose Butto is a between player between being a long reliever and a setup guy. I think he could do both, and I think that's very good, actually. I think that's more valuable than just having a really good setup guy, because he can pitch more innings more effectively and let up less runs over a period of time rather than just one inning.
So back to David Peterson. I remember hearing a couple of years ago in one of his starts, his dad passed away, and he came downstairs dressed for his game or something, and his mom was like, you don't have to play today. And he said, no, I'm playing, and then he went out and thrown a no-hitter in his game. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, before he was a Met?
Yeah, before he was a Met.
Okay.
It was when he was little, I think.
Wow. That's quite the story. I didn't know that. So, wow. So he's just a gamer, man. He just knows how to game. Game knows game. Other notable things that happened in this game, Brandon Nimmo, quite a game. I think he went 2 home runs. Yes, he did. And they weren't just home runs. Brandon Nimmo is stepping up. He's getting around the baseball, and he's hitting that inside pitch, which we've all been waiting for this year, because he's been sacrificing his batting average and contact for home runs this year. It just hasn't happened yet, but it's starting to come on. So I'm rooting for Brandon Nimmo.
He's... Who isn't rooting for him? He's one of the most likable players.
That's a good point. And then Soto home runs again as well.
It's 13th of the year.
Yeah, and his OPS getting back up there. Let's see what his OPS is now. I think Juan Soto's, it's got to be like over it. Yeah, it's 850 now. 858 is his OPS, which we want players at 900 or 1,000. Those are like the best players in the MLB. He's creeping up there very quickly. So that's good to see. I think that was about it. Anybody else? Any other shout outs? I know Brett Beatty did not have a good series. Torrens didn't really look great. Mauricio didn't look all that good either. But our top end players ended up doing well.
Yeah.
Which, if your top end players are doing well, typically you're doing well. That's kind of how it works. Okay, so moving on to the next game, it seemed like it was going to be a blowout from the beginning. Mets go up 3-0 early on. McNeil hits that 3-run homer, like you said. Shout out to Jeff McNeil, the terrible baseball player.
Yeah.
Not a Hall of Famer at all.
Yeah, guy's a bum.
Yeah, and the Mets couldn't really do anything really after that. The only person who was doing anything notable was Brandon Nimmo. And Brandon Nimmo hit that solo shot in the 5th inning. Looks good. Other notable things that happened before we get to the 9th inning. I think Senga goes into the 6th inning and Senga's pitching well. He's dominating, and just to play it back for you, there's a ground ball to first base. Senga goes to cover. Senga's rushing over there. It's going to be a close play. Pete airmails it just a little bit. It was a little bit of a high throw. Senga goes, leaps for it, puts his foot on the bag, but as he does it with his toe. And if you know anything about legs, that usually ends up being a hamstring injury or maybe an ankle injury if it doesn't land right. It's never a good thing if you have to land on your toe. So Senga ends up hurt. He's rolling on the ground. Didn't look great. I know we were hoping it's a cramp. I don't know if we've gotten word on exactly what it is or how he's doing, but I assume it's a pulled hamstring, which means he would probably be sent to the IL again, which is really disappointing considering he has the best ERA in all of baseball right now, and he's been absolutely dominant. He's been an ace. He's been nothing less than maybe possibly you could this season, at least one of the 5 best pitchers in baseball.
I think he's been better than that. I think top 3.
And you could make an argument for top 3 for this season, but without any debate, without trying to ruffle any feathers, you could say he's been one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball for sure, without any doubts. I don't think anybody would argue that. I mean, he has the best ERA in the league. He has fantastic numbers. He's winning with the Mets. He's pitching innings. It sucks that he keeps getting hurt, though. It really does. I know Pete felt bad about overthrowing him, but you can't do that. I mean,
why does Pete he always throws it over the pitcher's head when they're covering?
I don't know. I think there's something with the motion in which he does it. It's like he wants to be quick. When he's quick, it seems like he just does it too much, as in like he's lifting his hand too much, causing the ball to go a little too high. I think he has to be more mindful and think about more trying to get it on a straight line to the pitcher, straight to first base, instead of thinking, oh, I got to do this fast. Just get as fast as you can to first base. I mean, you don't have to, it's easier when, the ball gets to you faster if you hit a line drive than if you hit it like this. So you have to understand, and people that weren't watching, basically like a hard line drive compared to, maybe a pop-up, maybe not like a pop-up, but a lob, like an easy hit to the shortstop off the end of your bat.
Yeah. Senga has a hamstring strain.
Okay. Strain's that's not terrible. I still expect him to be out, but I don't know how long.
Yeah. They said he's supposed to land on the IL. So.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, like I said, when you have a pitching problem with too many pitchers, what happens?
Yeah. Everything works out.
Yeah, everything works itself out. It just tends to. I don't know how. So, having too many pitchers is usually never a problem, especially in the regular season.
Mania is also supposed to make 2 or 3 more rehab starts. What Gary Cohn was saying.
Okay. And then Frankie Montas behind him. Okay. And anyways, as we talk about this game, you're feeling your way for Pete, and you just feel like, all right, well, let's just get out of here with the win. It sucks that we lost Senga for a little bit, but let's rally, let's get through this. Tyrone Taylor makes a great play in the outfield. I don't know if you saw that. Diving catch. Oh my God. And that's why we love Tyrone Taylor. I don't know if I don't think we've really said anything about Tyrone Taylor, but he's been great in center field. Nothing but great. And he's not doing too much, but we don't really need that much. We just need a good defensive center fielder who can hit the ball sometimes. And that's what he is.
Yeah. Tyrone Taylor we don't need any, like, that much out of him. We don't need him to be, like, the top 3 player in the MLB. We just need him to be solid, and that's what he's been so far.
A good defensive center fieldman who could hit the ball a little bit, hit the ball decently.
And with decent speed, too.
Yeah. Usually, if you're a good center fielder, you have decent speed. But I digress. And so as we go through this game, the Mets are just kind of hanging around. They bring in Castillo, if I'm not mistaken. Then after Castillo,
it was Castillo, then Brazoban.
Yeah, we brought in Brazoban.
Really good game.
Yeah. Waskar had a great game. Waskar! And then we get to the ninth. And Ryan Stanek just did not do well at all.
Didn't get an out. Let up 3 hits, 3 earned runs.
Just nothing was moving. Everything was over the plate. It just didn't look good. But I still trust Ryan Stanek to be a good reliever. He might have just had a bad day. I'll give it that. That happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us. But we bring in Diaz, and Diaz, what does he do? He throws 7 straight balls to give us a heart attack again. So that was great. That was fun. Thanks for that, Diaz. Yeah. Yeah, the runner scores.
Runner scores 4-3 with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out in an 0-2 count. And then
he hit a grounder, I think,
ground ball that is to Acuna, and the runners stay.
Oh, no. He had the pop-up. It was a pop-up to center field that was to Acuna. Acuna ran out and got it.
Oh, was it?
One of the outs was it the first or second out that happened? The first out. So the second out was the ground ball, and that's right. Acuna looked it back. Okay.
But
and then
the third out was a ground ball to Pete, and I was like, "Don't throw the ball. Just take it yourself. We don't need Diaz hurt."
Yeah. Or I think he was thinking the same thing with how bad he felt about Senga.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's why you need good defense. You don't want these things to happen.
Mets end up pulling it out and almost blew it, but
win's a win.
Yeah, exactly.
Very happy with our win. Yeah, some thoughts about the series. Beatty didn't look good, like I said. It's kind of been a trend with Beatty. Do you bring in Acuna for Beatty? Like, what do you do here? Because Acuna's got to get going. Beatty was getting going, and then he stops. I'm not quite sure what the move is here. If I'm being honest with
write
the
it
Mets.
out with Beatty.
And we said that for the last couple of years. It's like he only does well when he has no pressure. Or pressure, just depending how you look at it. When he came up he got set down to the minors this last time thinking this was his last time. This was his last time with the Mets.
Yeah, definitely pressure coming on him at the start of the year this year. He got sent down to the minors. You have Acuna and Vientos.
I think he just thought there was nothing. For me personally, I felt like he thought he had nothing to lose when he came back up that second time.
Yeah, you could say that, but it's still a lot of pressure. I mean,
okay, yeah. At least that's just what I think. I think whenever he has the pressure on him, he's trying to do too much. I don't know if he just clenches the bat too tight or if he's just too tense up there. I don't know. I think you still have to ride it out with him to see how he does, but Acuna's waiting in the wings, and Acuna is ready to play. So I will say that. Let's see. Alvarez came back, didn't look, he had that pass ball, had a walk, didn't look all that great, but nothing too crazy. Alonso's been great.
Who do you think the offensive MVP was for the series?
Offensive MVP? It's definitely got to be Nimmo, right? 3 home runs. McNeil up there, but Nimmo 3 home runs. When he's on it, man. And I don't think people realize that this guy should have been an all-star at least a couple times in his career. This guy's a really good ball player. And
Very underrated.
a lot of MLB fans don't really understand it. It's like just one of those things where you have to watch him every day and you realize this guy's got it all. He has all the tools. He just has to put it together consistently through the year. If he gets it together more consistently than he has been, I think he could be one of the best players in baseball. So, yeah, that's my take on that. Let's see what else we have here. What did you do after we won that first game?
Went to sleep.
Went to sleep. I couldn't sleep I was so hyped. I was so hyped that the Mets won that game. That was an incredible game. It was one of the best games we've had all year. Our pitching MVP, who do you think is the pitching MVP?
Probably, that's tough. I'd Reed Garrett maybe. Or
Reed
Diaz.
Garrett was really good. Diaz, I don't know if you can put Diaz in there. I don't know.
He had 2 scoreless innings, and he got a save.
It wasn't scoreless, though.
It was.
It was earned runless.
Yeah.
It was not scoreless.
Runless.
Yeah, he still had 3 runs. Well, 2, I guess 2 runs because one of them wasn't earned for Garrett. But anyways, I think it's got to be Peterson, just completely going 9 innings. Reed Garrett was really good, though. The clutch performance, I think it's got to be McNeil getting that single.
Yeah.
I think that was a whole team effort, though, with Soto and Alonso as well.
Yeah. The Mets, if they just end up pulling out games.
Yeah.
Even if they're not playing good, they end up.
And that's we're a good team. Best team in the MLB right now. But best team in the MLB right now. So let's remember that. Yeah, the umpiring wasn't great that last game, I will say. I didn't notice anything terrible until the last game, and it seemed like Carlos Mendoza was in his ear quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Citi Field was packed, pretty much.
Citi Field was packed. Let's see. Another stat. I mean, the Nats just aren't doing very well right now in general. So there was
the Braves.
Yeah, but
nobody expected.
But for the month of June, the Mets have 25 home runs. I think at the time the Nats have scored 15 runs in June. Now it's 18, I think. I think they had 3 in the 9th there. But the Mets have more home runs in June. Remember, how many days are we in June? By the time you listen to this, probably 13 days in June. Yeah. And the Nationals have 18 runs. That's crazy. We could end up having more home runs in June than the Nats have runs if this stays.
That's just crazy to think about. I didn't know that. The Nats offense has not been.
At least lately. I mean, I understand that they have they have high hopes for the next few seasons between Wood and Adams
Gore.
And all these young players. Say that again?
Mackenzie Gore pitching.
Just
Ruiz if he works out.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know if he will. And then Lowe looked good this series. So we'll see. They could end up being a decent team. Shout out Ahmad Rosario for being the leader there for a Met. Let's see. What was your one quote? Do you have any quotes you can think of that Keith dropped or Ron dropped on the broadcast today? He was pretty funny.
No.
Nothing notable? Yeah. Well,
what about you?
They were laughing a ton. I wasn't paying that close attention to what they were saying, but they were definitely cutting up quite a bit. And I think Ron made some mistakes, and even Gary. What was it? Gary misread the ERA as somebody having a better ERA than someone else, but
Senga.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, this person has a 2 ERA compared to this guy at 1. And just a simple mistake. It happens to the best of us. Of course, we know it. Gary Cohen's knows ball, so no biggie. That happens. Let's see. Where do we go from here? We have the Rays next series.
Got the Rays, Braves, Phillies, Braves, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, I
Rays,
think so.
Braves, Phillies, Braves. We got Pittsburgh. Then we're into the month of July.
See our pitching probables for this next game and tell you a little bit about them and what we can expect from the Rays. The Rays are a good team. They're starting to get a little bit better. A lot of people are seeing them as as not that good, but honestly,
They're
they're
above
probably
500.
they're a wild card chase type of team, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see, probable pitchers.
I took one from the Red Sox. The series they lost today and yesterday, or not today, Wednesday and Tuesday.
Okay.
So they're on a game break. We have Holmes and they have Bradley. First game. Second game we have McGill. They have Razabon. Good night. They have Razabon. I don't know how to say his name, to be honest. It's like
Let me see. I'm going
Raz.
to MLB.com right now.
And then we have Canning and they have Baz. Shane Baz.
Oh, wow. I think he's doing well this year.
Check his ERA.
Clay Holmes versus
Bradley's pitching.
Taj Bradley. Bradley is a 4.58 ERA so far. Clay Holmes is doing really well, so not quite an ace off there. Quote unquote ace off at least.
Yeah.
See what else we got. On Saturday, we
got McGill.
got McGill and Rasmussen. And Rasmussen has been pitching really well. He's got some nasty stuff from what I hear. His last 7 games, he has a 1.88 ERA, so watch out for this guy. He's kind of coming to his own over these past few years. Yeah, of course, as soon as he goes to the Rays, he does well, right? He has had a 2-something ERA in the past 4 seasons since he's been with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep. Then they got Baz pitching. Baz, same thing.
Baz?
Yeah.
Or Boss?
Baz, B-A-Z.
Shane Baz. Is he a young guy?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
Okay. Young guy, Shane Baz. I see.
He's pitching. Yeah. He's not pitching well. He's almost 5 ERA. 4 point.
Yeah, he's a high whip. High whip. He doesn't seem. Yeah, I think he has good stuff. So maybe he just has some control issues. It's gonna happen sometimes, but
he's 26 walks, and he has 28. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe not so much there. I thought he had a little bit worse control issues than that, but I guess I'm wrong. But Canning, again, we have him on our days on Saturday. Well, no, not Saturday. That's Sunday. So these are the weekend games. Make sure to show out at Citi Field. Make sure to show your Mets pride this weekend. We are the best team in the MLB. Don't let anybody forget it. And I wanted to wish you guys luck this weekend. And welcome to the club, the Metropolitan Club. Anything else you guys say for the people?
Let's go Mets.
That's right. Let's go Mets. We'll see you on the other side.
We'll get your city clean, Tampa. Don't worry. We got you.
We'll bring our brooms.
Yeah. Just like we bring the DC
BYB.
and Colorado.
BYOB. Bring your own broom.